Hi.
Hi.
I really enjoy the Carpenter son. Uh, I'm Catholic. My mom's super religious, holding youth groups, senior citizen groups. So for me, everything that I saw was very emotional. But if you don't mind, Lofty, we're gonna start with you because I like how you use like the supernatural thrill in a way to shadow Satan.
Yeah, well, to me, the supernatural thriller element really it comes from an effort to make the film feel as visceral as possible, and I think that that's part of the, appeal of the genre to me, that it can bring that, but it was also very important to have a dramatic story, that was with relatable character, Um, so that was the idea there.
Noah, as an actor, I mean, you get to step into different times, but did you ever think you would step into 15 AD?
Not really, to be honest. I think that uh yeah, I think that it's such an interesting time to step into, and I think that hearing Lotfy, especially like when we were choosing locations as to where to shoot this and the costumes and all the sets, like creating this world that feels before even record really like it doesn't feel like there's that much record of what it looked like, what it felt like. I guess you can sort of deduce that it must have been an extremely hard time for a lot of people, um so yeah, stepping into that world felt like such a huge jump, but as an actor that was really really exciting.
And I feel like you guys were being tested. I heard you got like the weather, the universe had all these surprises for you during filming.
Yeah, that's what I hear too. I mean, we were just working and getting on with it. I mean, I think that every production feels like it's got its tests, right? And its gauntlet. Um, but yeah, we sure had our share as well.
But can you both tell me about the dialogue? Lofty, you as the writer, know as you get it to take place in this conversation where a stranger and your character talk about why die for miserable people that, will not thank you. Because the dialogue in that scene was very touching.
Yeah, well, again, this is my effort to render all the characters in the film with their own position, you know what I mean? And have that in the writing, so that applies also to the stranger, and in trying to write what that worldview, that emotional where that person or thing comes from emotionally, it was all an effort to do that. And that kind of what I would say is a sort of bleak, cynical view, sharing that with Jesus, and Jesus having to regard that one way or another, and the way that Noah did that, I think was so special. It's just like it's an attitude, that is very different, and in opposition to Jesus by but as the story goes. So um yeah, I mean, I could only unpack that line so much. It just felt right for that moment, But
I
I
think,
mean, Noah, you could speak to it.
yeah, I think as well for me, and yeah, I agree with everything Lotfi's saying, but as well for me, it was like, I kind of took the script as its own story. I'm a big lover of stories about a journey that a character goes on, and this is sort of at the pinnacle of his journey throughout this moment. Obviously, after this, we then can assume everything that happens um after that. But I guess in this story, it's like this moment. Like I really wanted, and I love talking to Lotfi about it, to depict this like choice that Jesus has, in the sense of like, I think a lot of times uh that people are, like he could have just been born and been that be his destiny for be like written in the stars. But I like the idea that he makes the choice. He makes the choice to choose forgiveness, to choose hope, to choose like, against the devil. And like there's a part of him that is terrified of choosing that, of choosing the light. Because the darkness is much easier. You could be much lazier with the darkness. It's cheaper. It's more. So I think for him in that moment of like her giving him a way out and choosing the easier path and depicting how strong this character is to choose against that.
That's very well put. Yeah, I feel like it's a point of departure there at that point in the story, isn't it? Between faith and believing in people and the skeptic, right?
Thank you for your time, and I hope everyone, as I did, takes away that we need to do more good in our lives. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye-bye.